So yeah, I'm Myszko. I'm not going to talk a lot about me. I'm the program manager at the Niibi Center. The Niibi Center is an Indigenous-run nonprofit on the White Earth Reservation, run by Joe Lagarde here. He's the executive director. He's amazing. And the intention of the Niibi Center is to protect and preserve Anishinaabe ways, and through doing so, that inherently protects the water and the land, because Anishinaabe people have good, right relations with the land and want to, of course, protect things like the monomen, the wild rice, and the waters here, because it is so tied into their livelihood. Many livelihoods: fishing, hunting, wild rice, all of those beautiful things. So the work that we do at the Niibi Center, we do a number of things. We have language revitalization going on. We do work with rights of nature. You're going to hear from Terry Janice in a little bit, and he's going to talk to you about rights of monomen and treaty rights and a bunch of really, really interesting things that have ramifications on like global scale even, definitely outside of this little community. We also do work with trauma healing. So we work with historical trauma, and specifically, I'm here to tell you a little bit about the work that we're doing with Water Protector Support Network. So after Line 3 fight or resistance last year, a lot of people felt themselves kind of at loose ends, or what do you do after the frontline fight is over for the people that were up here in the camps, getting arrested, doing the work to try to stop the pipeline in solidarity with our Anishinaabe relatives. And so the idea was born from Joe and some other folks we've collaborated with to create a support network for water protectors that have been showing up on front lines. So whether it's Standing Rock, Line 3, now Line 5, a place for water protectors and land defenders to continue building relationships and forming or continuing to build and grow connections with one another, so that we can continue doing this work together after it evolves out of that frontline urgency, right? It's sometimes hard to know what to do, like where to go after the fight is over, because it's never really over. We know we're still all opposing the pipeline, and that Line 3 could be stopped, or there's things that's to be done on a lot of levels. But it was challenging for me personally, and for a lot of water protectors, to leave the front lines and to figure out like what's next and how to heal from that trauma of living in the ditch or getting arrested or watching them put those horizontal directional drills under the rivers. And it was, that's hard things to witness and to be present for. And so we have started a series of monthly Zoom gatherings, and we hope to eventually have some in-person retreats or gatherings as well, but with COVID and whatnot, and with the fact that a lot of people kind of dispersed, right? People came up here from all over the place, all over the country, all over the world even, and they all, not all of them, a lot of them went back to where they came from after the summer. So we wanted to create a way to keep people in connection and to continue collaborating to create community and to continue working together, opposing fossil fuel extraction and expansion and all those things. So we currently have a Facebook page, Water Protector Support Network. I have an email list that I can send around. If you want to get on our email list, we have like a monthly kind of update where we just tell people what groups we're having and events or anything that's going on. At the moment, we have a couple. Okay, so that's if that's redundant, then don't worry about it. Wonderful. So it sounds like we'll have the emails for everybody that was here, and we can connect with you in the future. We just wanted to briefly tell you some of the offerings we have. We have a trauma-informed peer support group on the second Wednesday of every month. It's at 5 o'clock Central Time, and actually the beautiful person that facilitates our group, Olivia Janice, is here. She's a therapist and a local person who lives on White Earth. She's Terry's wife, and she's an amazing therapist who works with a lot of folks locally who have PTSD and have dealt with trauma. And so she has been coming and helping to facilitate our monthly Wednesday meetings, so that there is a trauma-informed approach for when people come with some heavy stuff or processing through things. from last year, that there's like a space where people can do that and feel safe and feel held. And Olivia's an amazing, beautiful facilitator, and we're so grateful to have her working with this project. We are trying to offer a couple of different ways for people to connect. So we also have a monthly open mic for people to come. It doesn't have to be music, it can be anything, poetry, visual. People have showed videos, people have shared artwork that they're working on and creating. So it's just kind of a place to come and share our creative endeavors, and a lot of times it's kind of resistance related, but it's also a very vulnerable space where people can come and share, whatever the creations that they have. That is on the fourth Sunday of the month right now at 4 o'clock. And all these groups are listed on the Water Protector Support Network Facebook page, and like I said, the emails that we send out. We also are just this month starting a book club. So it's on Monday. It's going to be the first Mondays of the month. I believe this one's 5:30 p.m. Central Time to 7:30. And we're going to start talking about the book Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer, just because it's a kind of a good launching point for a broad spectrum of different people to start talking about things like relations with our non-human relations, our relationships with them, and also one another, and how Indigenous wisdom can really help inform how we change the way that we relate to one another and the world. So if you haven't read that book, it's amazing, and we're going to start really slow. We're going to do like kind of one section at a time, and that'll be once a month. Welcome to anybody, any range of like, I only looked at the book, I didn't read it, to I've read it 5 times, like you're welcome to come. Let's see, I'm circling back around. I didn't sleep last night, so I apologize if my brain is really fuzzy. I took my dog to the vet in Fargo because she got into a porcupine. So anyway, I don't want to miss anything, but one of the things we're doing with our open mic night is we're inviting people that have created films around the movement, documentaries, to come and share. And we had Gabe Cowan, a friend of ours from Washington, D.C. He made a film called Food That Grows on the Water, which is about wild rice, and it was filmed up here last summer, and Dawn is featured in it amongst other people. And so we would love to invite you to those monthly meetings. We're going to connect with some more of our comrades who have created beautiful work, like beautiful documentaries and films around the movement, and have them screen their films at our monthly open mics. So that's just one of the many things to look for, and come and connect if you can. We know summer is a busy time, and it's really a beautiful, wonderful time to get out and connect with nature and your families and stuff. But we're just going to continue doing these monthly meetings, Zoom calls or whatnot, and connecting and continuing to build community, and we hope to kind of continue to offer things in the future in person. So that is a little bit, or more than a little bit, about the Water Protector Support Network at the Niibi Center. We're doing just a ton of other amazing work around historical trauma and women's gatherings, and it's the center is very much focused on uplifting Indigenous women's voices, because the women are inherently the protectors of the water in Anishinaabe culture. So in promoting the women's voices and gatherings that really focus on the traditions, the traditional ways of being, they are willing to share these parts of their culture with non-Native peoples to help us all learn how to, I think, operate together in a better way, with the earth and with one another. So we know there's a lot of trauma around being a water protector and coming up and doing this type of work, and there's a lot of trauma that already exists in these communities from the cultural genocide that's been going on here for hundreds of years. And so we just are trying to kind of offer a little bit of a solution to how do we stay connected, how do we learn new tools, like Olivia teaches us tools in our Wednesday monthly group about how to manage PTSD and stress. And so yeah, we're just kind of trying to be out there and available as a resource for anybody that considers themselves a water protector or land defender. So we welcome you to come to our groups, and feel free to ask if you have any questions or anything. All right.